President Roosevelt once commented that a smooth sea never made a skilled sailor. And the idea of investing in yourself, learning new skills, building networks, what better time, I guess, than in the last year to navigate much rougher seas that we've all been faced with. Now, how you take that path, whether you look at a full-time program or, of course, some great options that enable you to continue your career trajectory and juggle and include your business studies at the same time. And I'm delighted to welcome Fiona Tang. Fiona followed the fully employed MBA at Pepperdine and the Graziado School. Fiona, thank you very much for being with us at CentreCourt.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you for having me here.
Now, you already had this background. You'd studied marketing, information systems, your very sort of curious mind with your undergrad studies. And as I look at the experience that you then brought into that Pepperdine MBA classroom, it's no surprise that they chose you as the student speaker to represent your cohort at the virtual graduation ceremony that they have last summer. You had a great experience at Pepperdine?
Yeah, thank you. It was an honor and it's such an experience being a student speaker at a graduation celebration. Definitely, it was not easy juggling through during the day you have to work and through the traffic. LA traffic is terrible, and normally without traffic it's 30 minutes, but after work it's like after rush hour, 2 hours to get to school, and sitting through 6 to 10 p.m. it was definitely a struggle, but I'm glad I had a really amazing cohort to go through all of this together.
I guess after that long drive, you then had that dramatic, beautiful campus that we can see on the screen behind you. It really is dramatic. You had built the early stages of your career. You've done event planning. You've had executive roles at Hawke Media. This position that you held at the Strategic Performance Institute. You've also volunteered at Clayton Children's Museum. Why a return to business school, and why did the format of the fully employed MBA make sense to you?
To be quite honest, I was really confused. I was at a crossroad. I didn't know what to do with my life. And, I was, at the time, I was executive assistant to the CEO at a marketing company. You can only learn so much at a assistant position. And I felt like I reached a plateau. And, Pepperdine just happened to show up, in my path. And I saw the opportunity, and I went to the event. It just felt right. I was listening to my gut, my heart, and my head, and it felt right. So I decided to give it a shot, because I didn't know what to do, and I figured I just might as well do something.
Right. Now, of course, your classmates showed that same determination. They faced that same LA traffic to be in class from 6 until 10. Is that sort of connection, that network of classmates and the shared experience, is that one of the highlights of the program?
I mean, yeah, that, yes and no. So yes, that's the highlight. We sit through like 4 hours lecture together, and also Saturday, from 8 a.m. to whenever we're done. And also we have group projects together. So sometimes we even stay after 10 p.m. to like 3 a.m. I remember one of my cohorts, she works at Sony, and we normally go to her office at Sony, which is such a treat. And we would look through all their office is amazing. So we would stay there for like 2, 3 a.m. to finish a financial project. So that's really memorable, and that really bond people together when you're going through something together. And because I know everyone who's there, who we genuinely want to be there. Yeah.
Yeah. The business skills that you're learning in the MBA classroom obviously serving you well for that sort of accelerator in the next steps of your career. But I guess going back to business school also holds up this mirror at a more personal level. Do you feel that through the program you've learned things about yourself?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like this part-time MBA program really helped me grow professionally and personally. I learned a lot about spirituality, and I learned more about listening to myself, which has been really hard because there are so many noises. We have social media, and especially I'm in marketing. I have to be on social media. That's kind of come with the job.
Right.
So it's hard to separate. But I definitely gained some clarity going through the program and talking to my cohort, because I have a really, like I said, amazing cohort. We have people from restaurant industry, like a guy, he's a chef, but we're in an MBA program together. And we have people from aerospace or medical or from Army or FBI. So they really brought a lot of diverse view to my world, because before Pepperdine I was living in my own world, like getting to know marketing people or business minded people. I didn't know the world out there. It's like, so there's so much out there I didn't know, and it definitely broadened my horizon throughout the program. And I learned so many different perspectives, especially in marketing class, because I'm in marketing, but like there are other people that can think so outside the box because they're not in marketing, and also in finance class. I'm Asian, but I'm terrible at math. And so, seeing how finance work, in different mindset, it definitely helped me grow a lot. Be open-minded and accept other people's opinion more openly, and listen to other people.
Right. Your networking skills in Los Angeles were already very strong. You've, from Richard Branson and entrepreneurs to political leaders, Avengers, and Hollywood. Now you have this great network from Pepperdine. How do they then continue to support you as you take those next career steps?
I would say this pandemic definitely changed a lot of things. I am really um, sad, you know, everything that happened. But I'm also very grateful and very hopeful that, throughout this pandemic, Pepperdine made a really great transition from in person, because we have to sit through the traffic, to
Mm.
not only 5 seconds switching from one laptop to another laptop to go to school. So, and I feel like all my professors, they've done such a great job transitioning to Zoom, and the IT people, they are very on top of everything, even though we got millions emails from Pepperdine about like IT update or something. But I can feel like they genuinely care, and because I had the honor to represent my cohort, and I got a chance to see the behind the scene work, seeing how that devoted they were to students, and they wanted to make such a great experience for students. And I feel like they made a quiet transition. And also after I graduated, there's like email from alumni office telling us we have this event, that event coming up. You can network with your alumni. I definitely recommend everyone, like everybody, regardless you're going through MBA program or not. If you have a networking opportunity, and if you feel like that's something you want to learn more about, the topic or the people or the crowd, definitely, go for it. And you never know what's going to happen. I met so many amazing people, and I got so many mentors along the way. My professors, my cohort, and also people I met at networking events. We are doing business together now. So it's definitely been a journey.
Right. Well, the Roosevelt quote, I think, says it all. And you talked about the leadership that the school showed, and town halls, and really engaging with the students during a difficult time. If you were then to share your experience or perhaps your advice to other individuals that maybe have reached that point in their career that they're not sure how to take that next step, what would your advice be?
Um, I would say, life is short. And if I were to go back telling myself, whether to choose Pepperdine or not, or go for MBA or not, or even a part-time MBA or not, I would say, just check with yourself, like see what your gut is telling you, see if it feels right. You never know until you try it. And if I were to tell myself, um, something in 2019 when I first, got involved with Pepperdine, I probably wouldn't say anything to myself because I don't leave any regrets. And I would always think to myself, if I don't do this part-time MBA program, would I regret it now? Or would I regret it in 5 years? And I did it. And now I look back, I'm not regretting anything. And throughout the journey, if I want to talk to a professor, even though he's not my professor, I'm not attending his class, I would still reach out. Because, regardless, I don't want to leave any regrets. So the one thing I would say is, do it or not, just, check with your gut. If you're not going to leave any regret, then, go for it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's that sort of encouragement and advice, and obviously a very positive experience for you that's so valuable, I think, for all of our viewers at CentreCourt. So Fiona, thank you for taking the time to talk about your story and sharing that Pepperdine experience. We're really grateful and very glad to have you with us.
Thank you. Thank you, Matt, for having me here.